Hey, what's up everybody? It's Kevin here. So glad you can join me here on my channel. And actually, it's been a little while since I posted a gig log, so welcome back. And right now, actually, we're going to a double header. We're going into a double header weekend. I've got a wedding tonight at Hope's Way, which is a venue here in the Cincinnati area, and I'm going to go help celebrate Colleen and Michael, and I'm super excited. They're a super cool couple. And then tomorrow we've got family friends that are getting married, and we're so excited for Jesse and Ari. And actually, they're getting married at a mansion, which is I'm super cool area. Super excited to go visit. And also, since I am real close family friends with these folks, we actually are invited to the wedding too, and I'm DJing as well. So my family will be there. I'll get to, be there with my sons and my wife. It's so exciting. I'm really super excited about this weekend. It's a beautiful weekend here in Cincinnati. It's like low 80s Fahrenheit, and also sunny, as you probably can see out the car window. In any case, I'm headed right now to Hope's Way to get set up for Colleen and Michael. So we're here at Hope's Way. It's a pretty cool place. Here's the barn where the actual wedding reception will happen, and dinner and all that. And then back here, if you can see behind me, is sort of where the ceremony will be in the field over there. So yeah, I'm just getting everything kind of on my rock and roller, trying to do one trip, 2 trips, that's for suckers. No, I'm just kidding. So I'll see if I can go ahead and wheel everything in and get set up. All right, guys, so here's the setup. It's a little hot in here. Here's the setup. I'm gonna be right here, and this is the dance floor. And then you've got the bar and the little ready room upstairs. The bride and the bridesmaids are getting ready. But I'm gonna be right here. And what I love is that I'm here right on the dance floor, and I'm gonna have my speakers on either side of the door here. You can see I'm staging things right now. They're not gonna stay twisted like this, but I'm going to face them out. But I'm staging things. I'm running the cable up and over so people don't step on cables as we go outside for cornhole, etc. So in any case, I'm just in the process right now, getting my lights and everything set up. All right, y'all, I'm out here at the location for our ceremony. It's basically just a field, and they've got the altar set up here, so you can see the benches and chairs. And as I kind of think about the layout of things, I'm probably, gonna go right here. I think that'll be best, back in the, I always like to be in the rear. That's because I really don't want my ugly mug and my equipment in everybody's shot. So I think right here will give me a great vantage. I want to definitely have line of sight to the officiant and the groom, of course, because we have lavalier mics and they are wireless, and we want to make sure that we've got an unobstructed view from our receiver to the transmitters. So I think that's going to work. I'm just going to wheel everything up here, and I'll show you what I'm working with. All right, so I'm wheeling my stuff up this little slight incline, grassy hill. Hey, if you guys are doing weddings and things and events that you have to traverse terrain, I know you probably have seen these before, but these rock and roller carts are just great. Pretty heavy duty. Check out those tires, right? You can get like the smaller tires, and I had those actually on my first rock and roller, and then I actually broke my rock and roller, but long story. Any case, this is just a beast, and like this grass is kind of, the ground's kind of bumpy. I'm making it up no problem, and I'm here. So here's everything on my little cart. First things first, you see that guy up there? Yeah, that's the sun. That's gonna bake my Mac. It's gonna bake my speaker. It's gonna bake my little batteries, my receivers, everything. It's happened, so I don't want it to happen again. So first, I'm gonna put up a little umbrella, okay? And this thing it's a Joe shade. I'll just zoom out so you can see. It's just kind of like one of those little chairs that you can take with you to a soccer game, and it unfolds, and it has a nice base to it. You can see 3 pieces. They all fit in this bag. It's really just 2 pieces. So I'll get things extended here. Right, so this thing is up. You can see it's got a pretty wide base. It's got little holes too, little notches if you wanted to stake it down in the dirt or the sand. But here it is. It's given me a pretty good amount of production. And I'll turn it, obviously right now my stuff's in the sun, so I'll be turning this over a little bit. You can see how you can also angle it. Any angle, you can have it straight up and down if you want, of course, but angling it is probably the best bet right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that and set up in this little shade patch that I created for myself. All right, next step is this right here. Okay, now what this is this is my new ceremony table. So this is kind of like an all-in-one little table that holds my receivers and everything. And then this, when it's not so sunny or if it's a little windy, this is a little side umbrella that I can put up. So I'll show you guys that. This brand, by the way, King Camp, you guys will see. I tried to spray paint it. It doesn't look the best, but it'll do. But here's what it looks like just in the bag here. By the way, this little umbrella here, it's just like a little clamp on job, and I got it from Amazon, Versabrella XL. It's got a pretty cool little shape to it too that you can get some different angles. But anyway, I can use that if it's not so sunny that I need to bring the big umbrella. But here's my little fold up table. Look how small this thing is. I mean, obviously it's very, maybe 2 feet, a little bit more, but here it's all packed up in this little bag, legs and all. It comes with in like a real light wood grain that I'm not a big fan of, so I painted it this slate gray. So any case, I'm gonna unfold it and you'll see, but here, I'm trying to do it with one hand so you guys can see, but you can kind of get the gist of it. It just kind of unfolds and the legs are tucked up in here real nice and neat. So I'll unfold it for you guys. All right, there it is. There's my little table. You can see it's pretty kind of low to the ground. You can raise it a little bit. There's like these little twisty feet that you can do some stuff with, but I don't really need to do that. This is fine for me because I put my receivers on it, so it's 2 foot off the ground or so, maybe a little less than that, but it'll work. I'll show you what I mean. All right, guys, I just wanted to show you this umbrella that was sticking out, the Versabrella XL that was sticking out of my little table bag. So this is what it looks like, and it's got like a funky shape, kind of like a diamond shape, if you can tell. But it's great if I don't have so much sun with an open field here, or if there's a little rain, or if I just want to protect another angle. I don't think I'm going to use it today, but you can see how much extra shade that can give me. And it's great because it's got these elbows, and you can kind of like, you can turn it around and put the diamond shape wherever you want, and then of course you can bend the elbow to any angle that you want to. And it just clamps on the table, real simple here. You can see there's a little round thing, so you could clamp it to a pole, or you can clamp it to any kind of like square surface too. All right, almost done, but I just wanted to show you the staging of it all. So I've got my little table here, and on top of this table is my receiver box that I made, and also I'm gonna have my laptop up here. Right here, of course, is my speaker. Now, I've got it sitting on this rock and roller, and I think I'm just gonna leave it because any kind of guests are gonna be coming up this way. They're not gonna see it from their vantage point, and I feel like with this is kind of it's not super damp, but it's kind of grody, the ground right now. The grass is a little tough and rough, and I just feel like I'd rather have it sitting on here. I brought a rug, a little Home Depot heavy-duty rug that I could put under it, or if I'm in a pinch, I can always put it on my bag, set the speaker on my bag. But you know what? I'm just gonna leave it here so that when the ceremony's over, I can go in, start cocktail music, come back, and I'm gonna wheel this thing back over around the barn. If you can see, you can almost see the cornhole board back there. I'm gonna wheel it back there, and I'm gonna do a direct feed from my DJ system so that people playing cornhole can hear what we're doing in the reception hall. So any case, this is gonna be playing double duty for me. This is the new JBL Eon 1 Pro It's the Mark II, Mark II, and it's got some improvements. My other one totally died on me, guys, right in the middle of a ceremony. This one I just bought, and I've had it out for a couple weddings, and I'm pretty excited about it. It seems to have some good improvements over the other one. I love this little locking mechanism that locks in the pieces, so it's all in one. You know, everything's in one, and I just put it into a JBL Eon bag. This isn't even made for that, but it's got a nice pocket, and it protects it well enough. So in any case, I got this. You push the button, and then that releases things. This is the battery. You can kind of see if there's a little blah blah on it. That's the battery, and this is the spacer unit. So the battery has to go first, and it very simply just goes right into this little slot. And then you can put the spacer unit on if you want. I think I will, to make sure I'm getting over everybody's heads, you know, so I can reach the bride and groom and officiant. And then the actual column array is right here. And this is just like similar to the other one. There wasn't a hole in the top for me to mount. I don't know if you guys have watched my channel for a while, you might have noticed I would mount a directional microphone receiver on top, and I couldn't do that with this because there's no hole, because this is more like a little vent to where the speakers are. So I mounted this bracket on the back. Hopefully I didn't avoid any warranties. But anyway, that allows me to put my little microphone receiver right on there, and I put it on the top, and voila. It might be in the sun, we shall see. But anyway, when I put that on top. But in any case, you can kind of see how this goes. Nice, lots of height, and the sound is great. It's all integrated in the back. The mixer is a little more integrated. They did drop a few jacks, so I'm not super excited about that. I've heard some folks say that this has got better sound. I didn't really do a side-by-side A/B test, but I tell you, it's close, very, very close. And for what I'm doing with this thing, the other one, the Mach 1 or the OG, was perfectly fine. But being that it's all battery powered, and the battery now is in this, so good. Oh, here's another reason, indicator that there's a battery. There's a little imprint. The battery power level you have to check though on your little display here. So I like it. I like it a lot. So this is my setup. I'll get everything hooked up and show you guys what it looks like. Little sound check. All right, got my directional mic in place, and here's a half-wave antenna. Now I'm going to go through the scan. Always scan when you're in a place for the first time. Okay, now what happens is these are all tied together with a network cable. And what should happen is all three should go. You can see them all blinking and good to go. So they're all scanned. And now we just have to do our little sync. So you turn on each one. This is the handheld. Oh, it's already on the same frequency, I guess. Sync, put it in front of the IR, and it says success. And it looks good. Do the same with the lavs. All right, so I'm gonna do a little check here. Each mic one at a time. You can kind of see where my gear is. So I'll turn on my handheld first. Check, check, check. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Sounds real good and crisp and clean. That sounds really good. I actually have it down just a little bit because since I'm just doing sound check, probably should have turned it up just a little bit more. But let's try one of the lavs. Check, check, check. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Always wish I could come up with something a little more creative than check 1, 2, you know. Check a lav 2. Check, check, check. Yeah, so I think we're good with the lavaliers and the handheld. And what I always do is usually leave the handheld up somewhere around so that the officiant can use that as a backup plan if we start getting pops and dropouts from the lavs. Or sometimes I'll leave it on a stand so that, you know, if there's a reader or something like that, and the officiant can still just grab it and use it if there's a problem. But a couple things to tell you about while I was hooking things up, my umbrella got a little wobbly with the little gust of wind, so I went ahead and put in the little stakes, and they just they were in the case, in the Joe Shade green case. They were just in there, so put them through the holes into the grass, no problem. Didn't need a hammer or anything. It's nice and juicy enough. But let's go ahead and take a look at the setup. Now that I've done everything in terms of sound check, I want to put my mics right here just for now. By the way, you'll see I got these little powder puffs on the lavaliers. These are great for windy outside situations. They take out almost all of the wind noise, and they're just, I can't recommend them more. So first, you can see with the receiver, my little receiver box all opened up. I've got one half-wave antenna, as I mentioned, and then the other coax cable going up to the top of my JBL into that directional arrow. So, directional antenna, which points at the altar. So let's look at what else we got. Here, my 3 receivers, as you saw, my little drawer, and in the drawer, I've got the bags for the mics to keep them nice and well kept. I got batteries for days. I mean, it's just me, I don't know. I could probably use rechargeable batteries, but I'm afraid of them because I had one fail on me once. I use new batteries every single time. So the mics you just saw, I just put brand new batteries in, and if I use them for 10, 15, 20 minutes, whatever, I'll dump them and put new batteries in. Hopefully no one will get mad at me for that, because you know, I'm a little wasteful. Got another half-wave antenna just in case I wanted to use it instead of this. I've got another battery, another Halo bolt, just in case this one of them overheated on me once, and I'm like, oh gosh, I need another backup. So I got a backup. I got this little guy in case my MacBook, which I'm using to play the music, and you can see it's got just a 3.5-inch cable going into the right there. Why did I call it a 3.5-inch? 3.5 millimeters cable there, which is just an 1/8-inch cable, actually. That's going into my JBL, and you can hear it buzz a little bit, but I did sound check, as you heard before, and everything sounds good. But if there's a problem with this, if it overheats, or if there's a problem, I don't have something, I can quickly use this and plug it into my phone, right? And bring it up on Spotify or whatever I have to, just to get through things. Okay, so that's what's in here. I think that, if someone last minute, like a videographer or anybody says, oh my God, we need to record the ceremony, whatever, I've got like a little Zoom recorder right here. Sometimes couples will ask me or pay me extra to record their ceremony, so I have that, and a cable that actually goes right into the pass-through. There it is. Hard to point the camera and my finger at the same time. So I got all that. That's in the drawer. I think that's it, guys. Now I'm just gonna touch up I know it's a little unsightly when you kind of like approaching. This is what most people will see. It doesn't look too bad. It looks pretty compact. I definitely want to keep a good aesthetic. This isn't beautiful, but again, it's more about sound, I think, than looks, at least this phase of things for sure. Before we go, I want to show you how the volume control on this works, because I was just going to turn down the volume on the 2 lavaliers, which is always good. You don't want to, mic up someone to a hot mic. So I'm basically going to make sure that things are turned off and turned down. And then I'm going to make sure that my bolt is off, because I do not want to waste any power. Yes, it is off. Don't want to waste any power. Because that would be bad and wasteful. All right, even though I have another one just for backup. Also, by the way, I would like to say this to you guys. This is kind of cool, and I heard about this trick from Aaron Strawn. These USBs can be used to power things, so maybe your phone. They could possibly power my Shure receivers, but I think maybe just 1 or 2. So what I'm doing is I'm experimenting. There's like, you can kind of see what it's rated at, if this will focus. It's rated at 5 volts, 2 amps. So I need to find a converter, because it runs, the power that feeds these guys is a little different, so I'm gonna figure that out. But I have a cable converter transformer type deal coming in the mail, so I should be able to experiment with that as a backup, just in case this goes down, I have at least one mic that I could, or two mics rather, that I could still power off of this battery, you know, the one in the column. So pretty cool. Any case, let me turn this down. So the way you access the way you use this mixer, you can do it a couple different ways, but probably the easiest way that it comes is that each button you hit to access each channel. So you depress the button. So if I say, hey, press this, now I'm on channel 1, you can kind of see it's a little green light. And then if you look at the screen, I'm gonna take the gain, see it says gain, bass, etc. I'm gonna take the gain down. I'm gonna take the gain way down. Okay, so it was like about 12 before. And if I press this button, it activates channel 2. I can take the gain way down. And 3, take the gain way down. Okay, so that's pretty good. And then, you know, I can also, if I click back, this main menu will actually do like the overall master volume. So I'll turn that down too. So everything is down. Here's where my laptop's coming in. So that's on channel 5. So everything's down right now. When I come back out, I'll turn it back up, but I'm gonna turn off the power for now. You have to hold it in for a second. I think after an hour or so, it'll power itself off, but let's not take any chances. I'm gonna show you guys one more little trick, okay? So you see, I'm actually parked right there for load-in. I'm gonna move my car right there, and I'm gonna show you guys something. All right, so I moved my car, and you can kind of see back there where my stuff is. Okay, so here's what my plan is. Let's say I lose power for some reason, like my battery, I don't know, something happens to it, it wasn't charged, some sort of problem. I'm always gonna scope out power, okay? There's no power out here. The closest power receptacle that I could scope out is on the barn that I showed you where the reception is. So what I can do is, since my car is here in the little parking lot, kind of close by to my stuff, I'd say it's about 100 feet. I got extension cords for days in my little boot, basically like under where, right near where the spare tire is. I've got spare cables, XLRs and power cables, got a couple 100 feet of extension cables. And then let's say I lose power, I could, if I had to, run over, and I have one of these power inverters. Let me get this out of here. Power inverters, okay? So this is essentially plugs into your cigarette lighter, okay? And it gives you, this one gives, it's a sine power. It's basically, it gives pure sine AC power out of it. So if you don't, if it doesn't say sine or pure sine or something, basically what's gonna happen is you're gonna get like some sampled power, and it's not really good for sensitive electronics. But this one's a 300 watt. That is gonna be no problem to run my ceremony rig, and it could run everything. It could run the speaker, it could definitely run the receivers and the MacBook if I needed this. So just like, you know, another layer of insurance. Us DJs really need to think about insurance policies, backup plans, etc., etc. So I just wanted to point that out to you, that I could run over, start my car, plug that in, run a cable really fast behind everybody. If I do have a dropout, that would be like a five alarm fire if that happened, but I could finish strong with the recessional music, etc. So just a thought. Okay, the dark side of being a wedding DJ, changing in a bathroom. Now this one, look at this, hook, gotta have a hook, that's clutch. Then you got, you know, look at this, this spacious bathroom. This is great, I love it. And it's air conditioned, so feeling fine. So that's always good too. So, and a full door. You gotta give props to the full door. You know, it's just nicer. I don't know, I like it. Hey DJs, just want to give you a little tip while I'm standing here naked. I always wear an undershirt, okay? Because especially during setup, you get a little sweaty. It'll catch most of that, but you know, then take it off, bring another undershirt, and you can put that on, and that will help you so that you don't feel icky. You know, obviously just putting a dress shirt on over top of a sweaty undershirt, or putting your dress shirt on and you're still kind of sweating a little bit. Bring those undershirts, get a V-neck or something that's nice and comfortable. and then that'll be a really good thing for you and everything. Also, if you're a sweaty guy like me and it's a super hot day, it's not today here, but sometimes if it's like end of July or something, go ahead and, you know, in the Midwest anyway, it gets really hot and sweaty. Go ahead and put deodorant like all over, you know, like not just on your underarms, put it all over, like under your boobs, between your boobs, that kind of thing, just to help yourself not perspire as much if you have antiperspirant, okay? That will help you a little bit, not sweat through your shirt and look like a mess on those hot days, especially when you're running in and out, going outside, doing your ceremony, coming in for cocktail, etc. Yeah. All right, so I'm all dressed, and just want to let you know also that I'm not going to put on my jacket until I'm done with the ceremony. So it's kind of like while I'm outside and running between the buildings, it's not something where, you know, I have to wear and be hotter than I need to be. Some people change like after the ceremony. That could work too, especially if you're in the South or in a really hot spot. But this is my mojo. I usually keep this on near my main setup, and I'll put it on right before, you know, kind of cocktail hour, dinner, that kind of stuff, before the introductions. All right, coming out here to do a sun check. Making sure we're still in the shade. We got like almost no clouds, and yeah, still looking pretty good. And oh boy, what a difference. It's like, you know, I don't know, 15 degrees cooler just in the little shade. All right, I'm gonna show you guys around a little bit. I'm gonna be quiet though, because there are actually the wedding party and other guests in here in the reception area. But I want to show you guys a couple things. So, okay, first, this is my Danny Max Designs Infinity booth, and no real changes that I would report, except from the last time you saw it, I have added a different lighting unit, different lighting component, and that is this guy right here. This is the ADJ WMX1, and it's also known as a Wolf Mix if you buy it in Europe. And I love this dude. I don't have time to show you like all the features now, but all I do is wireless donner connected to Wash FX2, and essentially that'll light up the dance floor. And I've got all these programs for days, so like you can do presets, you get all these programs, and you can even do like, you can cycle through them at a certain clip. So you can say, hey, 60 seconds on Dance Party, 60 seconds on Rainbow Chase, etc. So lots of cool stuff you can do with this dude. And then my favorite, while I'm mixing, let's say we're coming up to a high part of a song, I can go ahead and hit this strobe or blinder, or hit this button and it goes nuts, like all these flashes, and it's just crazy. It's really cool. So this replaces my DMX Go for me, and I love it. And I am ready to go. So all we have to do now is wait.
Come to me and give me everything I need. Husband and wife. Frazier, you may now kiss your bride. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my privilege to present to you Mr. and Mrs. Frazier.
excited here to celebrate with you, Colleen and Michael Frazier. First up, it's Tiffany and Jack. Give it up, give it up, give it up. Go, 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 go. Hey! Guys, next up, it's Courtney and Sam. It's Lindsay with Jared. Put those hands together for Jeanette and Ariel. Jamie and Kyle! Oh, she got something, she got something! All right, y'all, put your hands together for Tara and our officiant Trevor with Turner! A big round of applause for our matron of honor, Jordan, escorted by Jeremy. Come on, Jimmy, let's go. Everybody, a big, big round of applause for your maid of honor and best man, Kelsey and Andrew! To bring in the brand new Mr. and Mrs. Michael and Colleen Frazier.
I want to take a moment and thank the bride and groom's family for helping make tonight as special as this for our beautiful couple, Colleen and Michael.
Michael, I just ask that you love her, take care of her. Don't ask any important questions after 8 p.m.
So let's raise a toast to Michael and Colleen. I love you guys.
Let's go, guys! Yeah, let's turn up!
Reverse, reverse. Cha-cha now, y'all. Cha-cha again.
Betty, nice to meet you, Betty. Nice to meet you. Okay, now, guys, how many years? 57 years. Use some advice to last this long in your marriage. So, guys, give it to him. Yes, dear. Yes, dear. Okay, okay. Well, congratulations, guys. Wow. Colleen, Mike, I hope you guys had the best night of your lives. Congratulations again. Just real quick to let everybody know, you all are invited back to the Holiday Inn for the after party. Okay. All right, guys, I got one more song. Please come out of your seats. Come on up to the dance floor. Let's send these guys off in a big way. Come on out. Let's go.
Well, hey guys, just driving home from after the gig. It went pretty well. I had had the dance floor rocking most of the night, and it was kind of a weird, kind of a Tetris kind of event. We went really long on the welcome speech. The blessing actually turned into a really long thing too, because the person giving the blessing, the grandfather, just had like a lot of stories he wanted to tell before the blessing. Any case, so that was cool and everything, but it just pushed us back about actually about a half hour, and then we lost a little more time with dinner, and so we were kind of back behind. So I had to kind of Tetris things in. We talked with the bride and groom, moved a couple things around, worked with the photographers, the videographers, and I very much appreciate my cousins, the videographer and the photographer, for their timeline. They certainly show up early, and they don't typically, they have a contracted time. They're going to stay until that time, but man, sometimes they get a little pushy, a little rude around, like 9 o'clock is, that's my drop dead time. And, it's kind of funny to me, because I think for us, for, I don't know, working people at events, I think you just gotta roll with the punches. And if you're staying till 9:30, and your contract said 9, then just do it. I don't know how you guys feel, but, anyway, that's how I feel. So, it went pretty well. I had a little bit of a couple little issues, but nothing major. Couple little issues like, sloppy mixes, slightly sloppy mixes, but it's okay. I was jamming, man. I was really proud of myself. It was like open format central. I was bouncing around because they had so many must plays, and also I was getting some really good requests coming in from like the bridal party, and of course the bride. So I was all over the place for a little while, but I think I kept things pretty smooth, so it was good. Let's see what else to tell you guys about. This was my first time at the venue. I liked it. I think I would like to go back. So I talked to the venue owner, the manager that was there, and who I believe is also the owner, and gave him a card, told him I love the place and would love to come back and help them if they ever need any help. And I feel like they told me that I did a great job and they really appreciated me. So I feel like maybe that's a good sign, we'll see. But you always want to, connect with and make friends with the venue owners, especially the venues that you like. This one's a little far away from my home, but I liked it. I think it was really cool. So I'll definitely would love to go back. At this point, I'm kind of rambling, but it's kind of been my first gig log in a little while. So anyway, just wanted to tell you guys a little bit of a wrap up. You probably saw footage and you could see how we did. Had some cool moments. I absolutely love the I Will Always Love You by Whitney Houston with the bride and some of the maid of honor, matron of honor. That was epic. Some of the entrances were pretty good, and just little moments. That Brutus, which is the Ohio State mascot that you saw come in, amazing. That was so cool and everybody loved it. Obviously it was just a guy that had a Ohio State shirt on and the helmet or the hat, but it was wicked epic. I loved it, and I think they did too. So I am going to go home, and my routine after a gig like this is I typically after the event I go home and I just chill and I just unwind, watch a little YouTube, maybe watch a movie or something. I just chill usually. Sometimes there might be a bourbon involved or something like that, but not always. Anyway, I just chill, and then I leave all my stuff in my car. I do have a wedding tomorrow night, so either when I get home or in the morning I'll pull out my JBL Eon 1 and go ahead and plug it in, because I want that thing to be charged up, and of course also my little Bolt battery unit that supplies power to my receiver, etc. So I'll get those things started. Of course, if I had up lights as part of either show, I'd get those charging too, but that's I don't have uplights, so that's pretty much all of my chargeables, I guess you could call it. But everything else, I got paperwork and everything printed and ready to go for the next wedding. I like to get that stuff, all done before the weekend, so I don't have to worry about it. Yeah, and I think everything else is good to go. So I'll see you guys. I'll touch base tomorrow before my wedding tomorrow, since this is kind of a double header, and bring you along with me for that ride. See you later. Man, that money makes me handsomer. What's up, guys? This is day 2 of the double header wedding weekend. I am really pumped about this one. We're going to celebrate Jesse and Ari tonight, and I'm so excited. My wife and kids get to come because, we're close family friends, and they get seats at a table, and I get one too. I get a table. It's always cool when, I get a seat, assigned seat. It's going to be really nice. It's a place called Pinecroft at Crosley Estates. I've not been to this wedding venue before, but I am familiar with it. It's a mansion that kind of converted. They took the estate and converted it to a wedding venue. So I'm super pumped about it. And it's another nice day here in Cincinnati. A little more overcast right now, but it's supposed to be nice all day. A little toasty, but certainly should be a lot of fun. So I'm right now, it's a little bit after 11, actually 11 in the morning. I'm going to go get some lunch and just actually take it with me. I'll drive to the location, probably eat in the car or something or whatnot, and then get started with my setup. I'll show you guys what the site looks like and what I'm working with, okay? This is why we always leave a little early. Oh my gosh. Ooh, this place is nice. Okay, so here's the ceremony site. They call this the orchard. So there's the floors back there, kind of getting everything set up. Look at this place. It's beautiful. This is kind of like the courtyard. So you can kind of see, there's the mansion. And then that big enclosed tent over there is where the reception will be and everything. I'll get started in there setting up, but man, this place, it's cool. Yeah, I'm excited to be here. So I'm out here at the ceremony site. What I'm thinking is this tree is giving so much shade. I think I'm gonna be fine. I don't think I need to set up an umbrella. It's got, it's got a lot of shade back here in these trees. This is nice area. All right, we're all set up. You can see I just went right on the ground with the speaker, but I've got my JBL with the directional antenna there at the top. Coming down here, I've got, of course, access to my mixer where I'm gonna need to, futz with the volume as the officiant speaks, maybe a little too loudly or whatnot, and then of course that happens when they pray or when they look down or something. Also, turning down or up the mic that's attached to the groom, because I don't want every little whisper, every little cough to be amplified. So I usually turn that up if they're speaking. I also have my rack here, as you can see, with my labs ready to go. Everything is scanned and we got good frequencies. I need to figure out something to do with these. This case here has a front and a back. I like the front on top. I can put my laptop up here, but I got an extra piece here. I don't know what to do with that. I might figure out something to do. Maybe put a little notch on this that I can hang it on or something. I don't know. Oh, it's a shame if this table was just a little shorter. This could fit. Anyway. I'm gonna hide. I've got a bag for the speaker and my umbrellas. I'm gonna hide this behind the tree, and I've got an extra mic here just in case we lose the lavs. I can set this up by the altar for the officiant to use, just in case. But in any case, that's the same setup I've been using. I just wanted to show you. Looks a little cleaner than yesterday with the big umbrella and everything. And really, again, it's not so much about what it looks like, but a little bit it is, right? But as a guest, I'm gonna be walking down. I'm gonna look over, I'm gonna see a pretty minimal setup here. So that's good. It's not too overpowering. It's all good. I'll show you guys what we got going on the inside. So here's the tent. I'm glad it's beautiful. It's air conditioned, so it should be good. I'll be right over here. Dance floor, head table. All right. All right, here's what we're working with. I've got my Infinity booth right there, Infinity L from Max Designs. I got my EV Evolve 50s right here. I've got my ADJ 1000 with a little bag on one of the platters. I probably shouldn't do that. Somebody's gonna yell at me in the comments. Got my MacBook. Also some Wash Effects hexes up there. I think I called them Wash Effects 2s in the last vlog, but anyway, show you guys how everything's connected. I've got my Furman power bar in there. You might be able to see it. And that basically is my power hub. And with that, I have power that goes down the leg here. You can kind of see, I'll spin around and show you inside this leg of the Max. I've got my little ports, my jacks that I put in the back, just drilled them out. And then I've got power coming up, power, and also a source to the Furman, and then also a back out so I can give power to the speakers. So all the speakers and everything are coming right here into the Furman. And then of course I got audio as well coming out the bottom. And you can see that I'm just using these Siamese combo cables from NLFX. Those things are the bomb. They haven't let me down yet. I got another brand off of Amazon that did let me down a couple times. So these things are made really well. And then for my Wash Effects hexes from Chauvet, I just use the power bar and plug them in direct. Sometimes if I want to plug them into my little leg here, you can see I've got 2 power outlets. I'll use this, one of these guys. Let me open up this cubby. I'll use one of these guys, okay? So I plug this into the leg down there, and then I've got multiple outlets. So this is kind of cool. If I have more than just 2 things to plug in to my Furman. And one thing to let you guys know, usually I make sure to have a 12, 14 gauge maybe is probably the highest I'd go, power cord back to the wall, because I'm gonna be drawing a lot of amps, right? Like especially if I've got speakers and all my gear in here, there's a lot of amps coming through, add in lights, etc., etc. So just make sure you got the right gauge of cable so you don't have too much current going through there. On the back of this, I've got my donor wireless transmitter, which is talking to this unit right here on the WMX1 from ADJ, and this is my light show. And I think I was talking about this yesterday. So cool. I've got all the different channels, or I'm sorry, all the different presets. So let's just say I want to, I got different pages. You can do different pages and stuff. And what I did, I just set up a bunch of, you can see like fire, ice, and you can see like a preview of the different colors. So I also did page 2 is, you can see it's just like everything with a plus in front of it. And that just means it's a little brighter, because I found that these Wash Effects hexes get really, really bright. And so I wanted 2 different, like this whole page 1 is all like 30% brightness on these Wash Effects, and then page 2 is all like 70%. So let me show you. So this would be fire. See how this is like, these buttons correspond with the grid here, but you can also just press right here on the face itself. It's a touch screen. So I'm gonna hit that, and then you can kind of see that's the fire effect. All right, and what's cool is I got it on, like you can BPM tap to do your sync, or you can just do, here's ice, just kind of like a blue and teal and whatever. You can imagine the different things. I got some slow dance stuff too. But what's cool is I've got it on microphone, so it's basically going to sync up the BPM to whatever it's hearing, and it's got a really good microphone in it. I was impressed. So I haven't had to touch it. I originally wanted to hook up into my laptop and have it use there's I forget the name of it, but there's a another kind of sync. Oh, it's called Ableton Link. I wanted to get Ableton Link working, but I couldn't figure it out on Rekordbox. So I just said, you know what? I'll just use the microphone. It's been working great. And as a backup, I'll use this speaker right here. This is this little pill from Beats. I use this as my monitor. So this actually is run to my booth monitor. So I can use that as my monitor, as well as it will transmit a little louder to the microphone if, you know, if I'm in a weird environment. But so far it's been great without the monitor, even if I don't want to use it. So that's lights. Oh, my QLXD4 is awesome. I drilled some holes in the side for the half wave antennas on the side here of my booth. And really, I just did, you know, when I did sound check, I walked all the way around every corner of this place, and everything's super clear. Even with people in here, it'll be fine. I really, really love this mic here. And then I have a wired mic that just is right here for me to use. And of course the DDJ 1000 has a pretty good mixer in it. I'm impressed. Some people bash it, or some people like to use an external mixer, but I found that I don't need to, and it works fine for me. It's got 2 mic inputs. I think that is it, guys. That's my setup. So I'm gonna go get changed, and this is my ceremony laptop that's charging right now. I'm gonna take this out, get changed, and get ready to go.
That you are husband and wife in the sight of God and of people. So let all recognize and respect this holy union now and forever. Ari, you may kiss your bride. I now present to you Mr. and Missy Ari Feinstein.
Here come the brand new Mr. and Mrs. Ari and Jesse Feinstein!
far distances to enjoy and celebrate Jesse and Ari. So I'd like to welcome you, and I'd also like to especially welcome Suzette and Harris. Thank you so much. They hosted a wonderful rehearsal picnic last evening. Wonderful time spending with family and friends.
We're so delighted to be here. We really are. And we're so glad that everybody could be together to help us celebrate, because that's what it's about. Everybody being together in times of happiness.
Next to him at during the ceremony, and it's the most surreal experience that I feel like I've ever had, and just one of the really most amazing experiences that I've had in my life.
This is the dream. It's our first love. Yeah.